What are we going to do with Elsie? To answer that, I think we need to go back to where it all began. We bought this 1981 HJ47 Land Cruiser, sight unseen, off a Gumtree ad on the other side of the country. We picked it up, changed the fluids, got the lights working, all with the help of Jeff and Chris in Perth. We also named it Elsie. We drove it nearly 6,000 kilometres home, which was an adventure in itself. After that, we gave it a lick of paint and threw some accessories on it. Then we travelled all over Australia, crossing the country multiple times, doing the South Australian coast, the Flinders Ranges, the Simpson Desert twice, the Kimberley, the Strzelecki, outback Queensland, far north Queensland, the Snowy Mountains and everything in between. It was a challenge, but it was fun and we have great memories from that time. But the trips we did in the old girl really took its toll on the car. Despite being incredibly reliable for a vehicle over 40 years old, it really needs some love. So, what do we do with Elsie now? Well, she's out of rego, and since our last restoration, which was a pretty dodgy job, we've learned a lot about 40 series. Literally when I bought it, I didn't actually even know what a HJ47 was. I knew these things existed, I knew 40 series existed, but I didn't know, what the diesel variant was or the petrol variant and, 2 H's and all that kind of thing. So we've learned a lot. So there's a couple of ways you could go about it. One of those is just leaving them completely stock. So, if you've got a really nice, honest old rig that you've got out from a farm and it's got its dents and scratches and it's got the patina, but it's all original, I think it's worth keeping these things in their stock form. Another way to go about it is completely changing it. So, 80 series chassis, a whole new engine. That's another way. It's really cool. There's some awesome stuff out there now to make that kind of stuff happen, but I don't think I have the skills for that, and that would be very costly. And another way to go about it is kind of a little bit of an in-between, which is, I think, where we want to go. I kind of want to keep it on the 40 series chassis. There's something endearing in a break your back kind of way about the leaf sprung chassis. And I kind of just want to make it the best a 40 series can be. So for us, that's going to mean completely tearing it down to the chassis and just restoring everything that we can. I am keen to change it over to 12 HT. So we've got our power steering, we've got aircon, 5-speed, disc brakes, all those really nice things to have. I'm kind of keen to make this car a bit of a showcase of the 40 community in general. It's an awesome community. Lots of people really love these cars, and you've got people like Paul from Mr. Land Cruiser who's keeping these things on the road, and you can get pretty much any part off him. You've got Billy McKinnon making things up that are really hard to find, like your 5-speed cross members and all that kind of thing. And he's also doing 4080 chassis mounts, which is really cool. And then there's just a lot of people in their sheds making stuff by hand that's really, really cool. Little electrical components that are just really hard to get these days. panels, you've got shelves, you've just got so many cool things. And I kind of want to, yeah, as I said, make this car a culmination of the 40 community and all the awesome people that are making stuff for it. So if you've got a product or something that you would think would really help with this restoration or something you want to see on it, comment below and tell me, because I want to do my research and have a look at all the options that are going to be available to me. The hardest part for me is going to be the bodywork. I'm pretty confident of tearing it all apart and putting it back together and servicing things and, you know, redoing the chassis and converting it to a disc brake front end, 5-speed, putting a different engine in, rewiring the whole car. But bodywork, that's another whole trade in itself. You know, rust repairs, this desperately needs it. And I want the paint to be really, really good as well. I want it to be, you know, just really well done. So I think I'll probably outsource as much of that as I can. But that being said, I do want to learn how to weld. I want to learn a new skill, which kind of brings me on to the next point. One worry I have is once we tear this thing apart, it just never goes back together. But look, we've got the shed, we've got some space, I've got tools, and I even have some mates that are really keen to help me out. And obviously we have the 40 community that can help answer any questions as well. So I think I just have to learn to enjoy the process rather than the result, and take it as an opportunity to learn new skills and, you know, hang out with some mates that are going to help me out with the car and just have fun with it and make some entertaining videos for you guys about the whole process. So I don't know how often these build videos are going to be. I can imagine this process is probably going to take us a couple of years. I'd really love for it not to take that long, but I think that's just the reality of it. And I don't want to rush anything. I want it to be, you know, I want this restoration to last another 42 years. And that's our plan with Elsie. We're not going to sell her. We're going to tear her apart and we're going to give the birthday she deserves, because she's had a pretty hard life, I think, and she's still going, and I think she really deserves a new lease on life. So stay tuned for those next videos. I'm really keen to start, and we'll see you in the next one. Cheers.